leave you, because they should also come with expectations. Yeah, they should also come with expectations. So if they come, and we are not discussing people, see it. If you are going, people go into relationships with expectations. I want a man who is this, I want a woman who is that. You should ask yourself, am I that person in the first place? One thing I've realized, especially Christians who are very legalistic, they are quick to judge. As soon as you throw the light on them, then they begin to but. God has it.
But then
you want to know that from me? If God has a particular woman for you, amazing.
So you see the same way, you are somebody's missing rib.
Yes.
If there was a missing rib, people will be walking. There is no missing rib. Nobody's rib is missing.
So, the next one is, how do we know we are ready for a relationship? How do you know you are ready to be in a relationship?
How do you know you are ready?
Yeah, because Solomon says, don't awaken love until you're ready. But
we are asking that Solo is not here. So let's leave him, and then, so how do we know we are ready?
How do we know we are ready? I think when you're ready, let's say in 2 years or 3 years, you think you would be marrying in 2 years or 3 years. But
how would you know? Okay, you are saying when you know that you've gotten to a point in a year or 2 years. Then that is your yardstick for somebody being ready.
That is mine.
I also think that what shows that you are ready is that you are ready, or you're in a state of mind to begin to take on responsibility. That kind of responsibility.
What kind of responsibility? What do you define as responsibility when it comes to relationship? You'll be shocked what somebody knows as responsibility.
Yes, sir. The Bible tells us, or Jesus Christ says, if you love me, keep my sheep. Or, Paul the Apostle talks about how the love that Jesus Christ demonstrated towards the church was one of self-sacrifice. So when you are in that place where you believe you can add that responsibility, where you are willing to take care of the person, and you have a source of income, you can take care of the other person, you are willing to sacrifice beyond yourself, because getting into a relationship as a child of God should be something that you are looking at long term. So it's something that you know that, I'm coming to sacrifice in this context. You understand? If this is the person that I'm preferring to give my attention, give my time, and then hopefully by the grace of God, it will eventually end up being consummated. Yes, so I believe that once you are in the state of mind, you are ready to take on that responsibility, that challenge to take care of the person, then you should go ahead.
So when you say take care of the person, what do you mean by that? Is it financial?
Not even necessarily financially. Sacrifice, understand? In terms of sacrificing, the Bible tells us that to lay down your life, and also, I think, thank you for asking that question. This even brings to mind the fact that when God created Adam, he put him in a garden and he was with a family. So one of the intents of God too is for us to also multiply, or to pass down his will from one generation to the next. He says your one generation will sing your praise to the next. So yes, once you are in the state of mind, I want to do this, I want to start a family. That's as a man. I'm talking from the perspective of a man.
Start a family in what sense?
Start a family, children.
That is what. So, I mean, then by the age of from 15, 16, boys have what it takes to start family. So are they ready?
Yeah. But they don't have the capacity to assume responsibility.
I thought you defined responsibility as starting family.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that it also comes into play.
That's the responsibility.
Okay, good. But no, that's what you said. You said responsibility has got to do with starting a family, right?
The capacity to assume that responsibility in that context. When you have the means to assume that kind of responsibility in that context, to not only because you had
to take care of a family or to start a family.
To take care. Yeah, because before somebody can have the capacity to procreate or to bring a child into the world, but doesn't have the means. You see, doesn't have the means. So thank you, sir.
So are you saying that if someone has the means and the person wants to start a family, the person is not mentally prepared?
It's not mentally prepared for
the person can
go because it's not a simple thing. You can ask those who have.
I said if the person has the means, right?
Yes.
So once you have the means,
the state of mind as well. Yes.
Okay, so you're saying from a man's perspective, you need the means and the state of mind.
State of mind.
man's perspective.
What of a woman's perspective?
So the ladies can talk to that.
What of a woman's perspective? I believe that when it comes to the issue of marriage, a lot of people are ready, age-wise, maturity-wise, a lot are not ready. There is a big difference. But you realize that most of us capitalize on the age.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't focus, maturity has got to do. I mean, if you talk about finances, maturity captures all that. When they say maturity, it's not because you have strong jawbones. And so if I say maturity, what is mature? You should be matured enough to know that going to live with somebody has got to do with keeping the home. All this has got to do with finances. You know, it's got to do with finance, how to even manage money. So all these things, maturity-wise, a lot are not ready. Age-wise, a lot are ripe. They are ready for, and that is what people stand. Hey, now you are growing. Why don't you get married? You are growing. Really, as if foolishness and being idiotic, you know, evaporates by age. An educated idiot is still an idiot. An old fool is still a fool. You don't get wiser because you're past 50 and you're, at least when you are growing, it's expected that it should dawn on you that, I have to stop behaving that way. But it doesn't dawn on everybody. So I think maturity-wise, a lot are not ready, but age-wise. So what would I consider for somebody who is really ready? I think maturity should come first before age is considered. That is my personal take on that.
Yeah, I think with the ladies' perspective too, I think the ladies have to be in a position where they listen to what Paul the Apostle said concerning being willing to submit, like how Sarah, our mother, submitted. The Bible says that's one of the key things.
So when you mention submission, well, I believe in the time of probably maybe the early church and Abraham and Sarah, who could call the husband Lord and all that. Right now, it seems some words have transgendered. Yeah, they have metamorphosed. They are very touchy, sensitive. Right now, you talk about submission, and it's like people now equate it to I don't have rights, servitude, slavery. You know, so you need to be.
Yeah, the reason why I talk of submission is because when God brought Eve into the picture, God was the one who brought Eve to Adam, and God was basically her father. And also when a woman is on the wedding day, what happens, like we all know, is that the lady's father is the one who brings the lady in. So the Bible clearly, even in that ceremony, we are made to understand that the father of the woman is basically passing on the responsibility or the role that he's playing in the lady's life to the man. So when ladies are taught to understand that what you are being brought into is not tyranny, the man is basically taking on the responsibility, that the care and the everything else that your father was basically providing for you throughout your whole life is being transferred to this person. So even the person needs grace too.
No, let me ask this question. let me ask this question. Generally, I know now they can be very disrespectful children, but on the norm, I'll ask the ladies, would you talk back to your dad when he talks?
No.
Even if you don't like what he said?
No, please.
Would you submit to your dad?
Yes.
Would you do that?
Yes.
So why is it that we expect that if your father passes you on to the man, and then he expects that the man takes up that responsibility, right? When it comes to the issue of submission, you find it very difficult. You won't talk back to your dad. So what will make you talk back to your husband? Then I'll ask the man, would you put your hand on your mom?
No.
You see what, and what I don't like is anytime we equate it, then one gender is like here. But it's not the equation that makes it right. If even I don't talk about the woman, it's still wrong. You won't talk to your mom rudely. You won't throw your hands at your mom. No matter how angry you are, unless there's something wrong with you, you will swallow it. Yet, when it comes to your husband, it comes to your wife, things you will dare not do to your parents, you will do it in that marriage. See, something is not right. You know, something is not right. It means there is a faulty thinking when it comes to who a husband is and who a wife is. He says you will leave your father and your... Listen, that father you won't talk rough to. You won't insult. You will leave him and go to the man. So it should tell you that from that day, the man even plays a role which is of higher esteem than your dad from that day. So if you won't talk back to your dad, why would you talk back to that man? If we understand these things from both sides, I believe there will be peace in relationships, or there will be peace in marriages.
So, simply, is that the reason why the Bible says the man is the head? Because he's basically assuming this gravity of responsibility.
The headship here, that's the problem of the understanding of submission and headship. You see, do you know why you can't talk back to your dad? Because he's the head.
Yeah.
Why you can't insult him? He's the head. Why sometimes you see your dad taking some decisions as wise as you are? You know, that depends. You will still not go and talk to him anyhow. Yeah. If you have cordial relationship, you may be able to talk to him, but even it will be in a very courteous way. Yeah. So why can't we do that? So headship is not because the person is superior, is smarter, is more intelligent. It's just for direction. And submission is not because the person doesn't have a voice, is less intelligent, is there to coordinate with the head so that there will be no chaos. You know, so you being the head does not mean you don't listen to your wife. It only means that in the end, both of you have decided that we can't have two different, we can't have a division. Yeah. So we'll choose one. And we've just given you that heavy responsibility to make it. I even think in a nice way, we say if we have somebody we will blame, it is you. The headship is no joke. The headship is no joke. It means that we are saying that we are leaving it to you. Take the decision. If we want somebody to blame, it will be you. That's what headship means. It's not lordship. Again, Jesus is our Lord. Headship is not lordship. It's not a supervisor or a CEO position. If you understand it, you would. I'm telling you, a lot of men will not even be excited. They say, "Don't you know I'm the head?" Really? It says, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown." If there is any body part, we know that if something will be done to that body, let's say we have a part of the body that has been designated that if any part of the body should be cut off, it will be that part. Would you want to be that part? That is what the head is. That is what the head is. So I wonder why people think it's a place of, flamboyance and extravagance. I'm the head. Don't you know I'm the head? Your mouth should shake when you say, I am the head. Your mouth should shake. So headship has got nothing to do with control, and submission has got nothing to do with slavery. It's so that's why in our workplaces we have the boss. Why do we have a boss? We have employees. So that the vision or the purpose of that job would be what? Achieved. When we marry, there is a purpose, there is a vision. Don't we want to achieve it? So there should be a head. And there should be someone who would work along to make it happen. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot to take in. So if you are still here, kindly like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So moving forward, should every secret be shared in your relationship? Every secret, maybe.
Those who have secrets.
Yeah.
Secret. Things that happen when you're with the person or things that have happened before.
So far as it's a secret, should it be shared?
I don't think every secret should be shared in a relationship.
But you want transparency in your relationship?
Yes. But then I don't every secret.
Paradox. You want transparency.
Yes.
Yet you want secrecy too.
Yeah. Depending on the intensity, I don't think because the tendency for the person to use it against you is very high.
How do you think the person will use it against you?
That's why it's a secret and I didn't share it.
But you want transparency in your relationship.
Yes. So then, okay. So if it's the other way around, I'm also okay with you not telling me everything.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay with that.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
And if the person finds out, okay, if you find out something that you expected the person to have told you, and the person didn't tell you, you found out in a different way, how would you take it?
See, that's why I said depending on the intensity of it. Like maybe example, if the person has been to prison before, like the person maybe was shot,
he should tell you.
Yes, those things. But like
if a person goes to prison, he should tell you.
Yes.
So what do you consider as something that shouldn't be told?
Yeah. Say maybe maybe family things, maybe things that they've said about me, or maybe things that
really? Then these are things that he should even tell you. It's the ones rather you thought shouldn't be told that I thought should be told. So let's say somebody is in a marriage or a relationship and has a health issue which, Charlie, to that person is very sensitive, and the person didn't tell you and then you found out. How would you take it? Because to that person it's intense.
Yeah.
How would you take it?
I won't take it nicely.
But I thought you said you should have secrets.
Yeah.
So I still go with having secrets because I don't think I'll tell my partner everything.
You don't think so?
Yes, I don't think I'll tell my partner everything.
So is the issue that it depends on the quality of the kind of partner you have, or it's because you have a personal issue?
No matter
the kind of person he is.
I don't think I'll tell
you
my
don't
partner
think
everything.
you will.
Yeah.
So the person is not the issue, it is you.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Kweveji.
So say, like you said, it depends. It depends on the particular issue. If it's not something so if it's something that doesn't affect the relationship so intimately, I don't think it's something that is worth sharing. But if it's something that is going to affect the other person necessarily, it should be something that I'll share.
How do you tell if you will affect the person or if you want to affect?
For example, how many relationships I've been in the past. I don't think it's
But what if to the person that's very important?
It's very important.
Yeah.
Why does she want to get to? Why does she want to know that?
No, you can't tell the person what the person values as important or not.
So if she has that information, I want to know what is it going to.
You see, the problem with all that we are discussing right now is not really the issue. The issue is that these things are indicators that the people in the relationship need to work on themselves. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You may think me telling the person this is the issue. You not being able to tell the person is rather a symptom of something more serious.
Yeah.
It's a symptom, like you are experiencing headache. It's not always that the headache is the problem. The headache may be indicating something more serious. So I think if you can't tell your partner something, then it's an indicator that maybe there are issues of trust. There are issues trusting the person, or there are issues with you having issues with maybe self-worth, thinking if I tell this person something, how is he going to see me from that time? All these things are factors. You get me? So I believe it's an indicator. So the issue is not really should I keep a secret or not. They are indicators, and sometimes they could be very genuine indicators. That you could have somebody, maybe you tell that thing and they'll really use it against you. So I don't think the secrecy is really the issue. It points to something that may be more serious.
Okay, but then you never know if the person will use it against you or not. So should you share it, like maybe the relationship stages, then maybe the person uses against you, say, then you break up.
You can't have a fix. There are things that even happen after you get married. What about that? There are people who have cheated in marriages till today, they've not told the other person. There are people watching, excuse me to say, pornographic stuff in a marriage. Do you go around announcing it? No. There are people masturbating in marriages. There are people doing all sorts of, and their partners do not know. Or the spouse, I don't even want to use the word partner. Now you have to be careful of whatever. Their spouse is not aware they are doing all this. That's things that maybe even began when or after they got married. So it's not just before. There are people there are people gambling and their partners are not aware of it. And you may ask why. You can't have a fixed answer. There are people who think when I tell my partner, my reputation will be destroyed. They may be thinking that may not even be what that person may do. It could also be that is what that person will do. That's why I said these things are just indicators of something more serious. That needs to be worked on. It may not be overnight. When the two of you sit down and then you begin to get, I've realized that the more you can be, you can go naked, not literally in the literal sense. The more you can open up to someone, the more it shows the quality of relationship you have with the person. Anytime there's something you feel you get that hesitation of telling somebody, it means something is not right.
So does it have to do with you not being able to share it, or you think?
That's what I'm saying. You can't give a fixed answer. It may depend on the situation. That is why, listen, after a man and a woman gets married, why is it that from that point they can go naked? Because it's expected that if I don't see why you can give me your body in a naked way and you can't give me your thoughts in a naked way. I don't know if you got what I said.
Yeah.
That you are ready to strip off. But when it comes to your thoughts, you say there should be a secret. It's like telling me, as for your clothes, you take it off, but when it gets to the arm. So if you are expected that in marriage, you should go naked, I believe every aspect should be able to go naked. But what's the issue? If it can't go that way, I said something is wrong. That's what the two of you should work on.
So you see, sometimes too, like sensitive, like money, you are not maybe being secret about it, but then you know that your partner has spending issues and maybe are not ready to leave, or so you are willing to work at it. So you feel like then maybe every big money you get or something shouldn't be exposed to your partner. Is that also keeping a secret from your partner?
See, that's what I'm saying. It means there are issues. This is one of the issues. You can have a man who is a spendthrift, a woman who is a spendthrift. Somebody, as soon as they know money has come, no, they. So in that case, There is a way to approach it. You get me? There are ways to approach these things. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't say necessarily it's a secret you are keeping from the person. You are trying to approach a situation in a certain way. You get me? You are trying to, in the end, it's not like you are hiding money from that person because you want to be selfish to spend and all that. But their intention is good. And then you have to work at it. So you could tell somebody. You get me? I think you guys should be able to submit to someone. You have to let somebody know that this and this and this is the issue. So this is why I'm going about this issue this way. Temporarily. And then you guys you have to see how to work at that situation, because it's not supposed to be so that you hide finances from each other. It's not supposed to be so.
So with the question Pastor Joshua asked regarding the relationships you have been in and all that, why it failed, and do you have to tell your new partner all that?
Those are frivolous. Those things don't have anything to do with your present
relationship.
I mean, why I've met you and then I come talking to you about my ex? You see, those things are not really, they are, and don't forget that you are dealing with emotions. You may start saying these things to the person and then the person may start getting jealous and all that. Yeah. So those things have got nothing to do with, or add nothing to the relationship you are in now.
So what of family secrets? Jessica mentioned that maybe there are certain secrets relating to your family. You don't think it's your place to tell the person. So what do you do?
Family secrets, there are family secrets that can be detached from. It's anything both of you should discuss, should be something that adds value to the two of you. Else it's gossip.
So if you've had
else anytime I'm discussing any issue with you and it has nothing to do with adding some quality to my friendship to you, then it's gossip. We are just enjoying other people's stuff. You see, so let's say there is an issue of childbirth in the family. If it's going to affect us, I think I should let the person know.
Okay.
Yeah, you get me, that kind of stuff. Not that, hey, Charlie, as for my grandfather, he was, no. And my mom is, no, that one is gossip. It should have a personal impact on you, the two of you.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
I think, Jessica, you were mentioning something about abortion.
Something like you've had an abortion in the past or something.
If you've had an abortion and it has affected something that has to do with the womb and it will cause issues with childbirth, you should say it.
So if you won't cause issues with childbirth, there's no need.
No, if it will cause issues with childbirth.
If you don't know, you don't know. So you won't even be thinking this in the first place.
So what if later on in the marriage you're not able to
fertility issues,
give birth,
and you find out it had to do with abortion? You should tell the person. That is when you find out.
When the person feel betrayed, why didn't you tell me before?
That I had abortion. Most men also sleep with other women before they get married.
That's true.
It's just that men don't get pregnant. Did you tell me all that? You didn't.
But then, as at that time, it would be like, so because you're at fault and I'm bringing.
No, you didn't know. You genuinely didn't know. Maybe you went to the doctor and the doctor asked, "Have you had an abortion?" At least you have something you can refer to. That it's the doctor that made it known to me that this was the issue. That was the issue. That one you should tell the man. But if you don't know, you don't know.
So you see, in our part of the world, people take abortion as a very grave crime. So for some men, if they find out you've had an abortion before, they feel like you've betrayed them. You lied to them.
How did the woman get pregnant? I'm asking a question. How did the woman get pregnant?
She had intercourse with a man.
With a tree?
With a man.
With a man. Then we should also take men having intercourse with women as a serious crime, because it's the man who got the woman pregnant.
What if the man she's with has never had intercourse with someone before marriage?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if the man hasn't done it before,
but the woman did, she got pregnant, had an abortion, and didn't tell him. So now they are married.
Did the man ask if the woman had had relationships before? If he asked and the woman lied, that's different. If he asked and the woman was, because usually when you haven't been in any relationship before and you are prone to ask. Usually, those who haven't done anything before, usually when they are getting into a relationship, they are really particular about it. They like to know because they felt they've kept themselves. And you know that the person has been in a relationship and you accepted it. That's different. If you find out he couldn't give birth, you know he was in a relationship. She was in a relationship, but she just didn't know at that time. That's different. But if the woman lied about it, that's also another case altogether. But the fact that you've not been in it, then you should have looked for and be sure that you got somebody who had also not been in it before. Yeah. I don't think that should disqualify anybody from. I don't think so.
So you don't think keeping yourself to marriage is like a reward for your husband?
You should, but if you weren't able to, and there are various factors that makes this thing happen. If you weren't able to, I don't think that should be used against you in the court of law.
Court of law.
I don't think so.
So that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you all for staying up until this point. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. And please do comment. See you in our next episode. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
If you have been blessed by the message you are hearing, we would love it if you partner with us as a ministry to send the gospel to the nations of the world. Your gifts and your offerings and your givings and your partnering with us helps us to take the gospel to various places. When you give to us, you support our school missions, where we send the gospel to the schools, to the senior high schools. You also support reaching out to the various communities to send the gospel to them, for them to hear about our Lord Jesus Christ. You also support this teaching ministry and improve it in logistics and in various ways to improve upon what we are sending out to the world. We will be glad if you will partner with us. Thank you and God bless you.